INCRadio, DZEM 954, ang tinig ng katotohanan,
Can you hear me?
himpilan ng Iglesia ni Cristo, sumasahimpapawid mula sa Quezon City.
Good morning, good afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in with us at INCRadio. And for those who are Mandarin speaking viewers, 早安, 午安, 晚安. All right. I am Sister Wendy from Houston. I'm really excited to be here with you. And of course, I am never alone. I have my amazing co-host with me, Sister Jamie. How are you doing tonight?
Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, depending on where you're tuning in. I'm Sister Jamie from the locale of Austin, and I am so excited to be back. It's been a minute since I've been on. So, and we have a great topic this evening, and we're joined by, I want to call them regulars because they've joined us in like many shows, and so we're happy to have them back. So let's greet Sister Jane. Sister Jane, how are you doing this evening?
Well, howdy, ladies, and howdy to all of our viewers from Corpus Christi, Texas. Thanks for having me on again today.
Always love having you on our show. And we also have Sister Irene with us tonight. How are you doing, Sister Irene?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing okay, and thanks for having me back. And I'm having technical difficulties. I have to switch from my laptop to my phone. I hope you can hear me just fine. Okay.
Perfect.
Yes, I can hear you. So hopefully, yeah. All right. So tonight, Sister Jamie, everyone, we are talking about home is where the heart is, and it's is home a physical location, or is it rooted with our feelings and relationships? And so that brings us to the question of the night is, what's the first thing you think of when you hear the word home? So, listeners and viewers who are with us tonight, please do leave your comments in the YouTube chat. We would love to hear from you. All right. So let's get started. And we kind of want to warm things up, Sister Jamie. I think we have a fun game tonight. So to warm things up a little bit, we have a game of truth and false. And the way that we're going to play the game is we'll each share 3 statements. 2 of those are true, like sharing our experience or feelings about home. And 1 of them is false. So, for example, you could say like, hey, I have a cozy spot in my home. I have lived in more than one home, and my pet snake is part of my home. And 1 of those would be a false statement. So something like that. Now, I think I bought everyone just enough time to come up with something. And so, Sister Kat, I'm going to go to you for the first one to say 3 statements, and we'll try to guess truth or false. And our viewers, please also guess along with us. All right.
Well, I knew you were going to call on me. So I have 3
You probably felt me looking at you.
I did. I saw you staring my way in my little corner here. But 3 statements. I used to live on a tropical island. I used to work in a semi-dangerous job. And both of my dogs that are living with me right now each have their own dog houses. Speaking of home.
Okay, so just to repeat that real quick, you used to live in a tropical area. You had a semi-dangerous job. Was that right? And then
Yes.
each of your 2 dogs have 2 homes. All right. Our listeners and viewers, definitely put in your guesses as well. I'm gonna go to Sister Irene. Which one of those do you think was false?
I think it's the job.
The job one?
Yes.
Okay. And then how about you, Sister Jamie? Which one do you think was false?
I was thinking the job, but it could also be that you have 2 dog houses. But I'm gonna go with the job as false.
All right. So we have one of each. All right, Sister Kat, which one of those was false?
Oh, well, thank you for your answers and your guesses. The truth is, I actually did have a semi-dangerous job recently working during the grounds operations of the airport. There's a lot of care and safety protocols we have to observe in order to work there. So it can be very dangerous if you're not careful. As for the false statement, I am caring for 2 dogs, but they don't have the luxury of having their own dog houses. Instead, they live here in our house. We don't have 2 dog houses. And I used to live in Hawaii. So speaking of home. But thank you. What a
Alright.
fun name.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing, and
the dog wants to contribute his answers. So he said it was false. He doesn't have his own house.
He's probably wishing that maybe we should get our own home.
he was wishing that that was the true statement.
That was a true statement. Right, right. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's complaining.
All right. Well, Sister Jamie, my eyes are floating over to your corner. Your turn. What are your 3 statements?
Okay, 3 statements. I'm very handy. I changed out light fixtures in my home. I don't actually like staying home, and we bought our house sight unseen. So those are my 3 statements. So I'm very handy. I have changed like light fixtures around the house. I don't actually like staying home, and we bought our house sight unseen.
Ooh, your expression makes all 3 of them look true, to be very honest. Your tone of voice, your expression, your body language, all made it look very true. I'm gonna have to go to Sister Kat. Which one of those 3 statements did you think was false?
Well, she had such a poker face. I couldn't tell which one was the false statement. I think for Sister Jamie, maybe buying a house sight unseen. So I'll guess that one.
Okay. All right. How about you, Sister Irene?
I think it's false is she doesn't like staying at home.
Okay. We have 2 different answers. And then listeners and viewers, please also do feel free to guess along with us and put your answers. Well, Sister Jamie, we're going to go back over to you to kind of reveal which one of those was false.
Well, I'm glad you guys think I'm handy. Which is true. I love changing light fixtures at home, like, like doing electrical and stuff like that. It's kind of funny. I think I've shocked myself once. Let's see. The false statement is actually I don't like staying at home. I'm actually a homebody, and I have this funny rule, which all of my like friends and coworkers make fun of me of, because I would always say that I only travel to a 3-mile radius outside of my home. So thankfully we're all near all the conveniences, and I never really venture out, and I stay at home. And we actually bought our house sight unseen. So so the false statement was I don't like staying home. I love being home. I'm a homebody. Yes.
Congratulations, Sister Irene, for
think it's
getting the right
1-1, right?
answer.
Or like, or if we're like we're keeping scores, we're all like 1-1. So yeah. Okay, so who haven't we? Oh, Sister Irene.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's go to you, Sister Irene.
Okay. For a while, I thought I had all my three. I think I still do. Okay. I sometimes sleep in the living room in my home. I lived in more than two places. And the last one is I have a pretty highly political job.
Okay. All three of them sound quite true.
Yes,
Sister
I
Jamie, would
agree.
you like to take the first
Yeah.
guess? Yeah.
I'm gonna guess that I think you lived in more than two places, because I personally would fall asleep in the living room. So I think that's true. And I know that you have a like a highly political job. So I would say that the false would be you lived in two places. I think it's more than that.
Okay. All right. How about you, Sister Kat? Which one do you think was false?
That was so hard because Sister Irene, I know I've been in her house. She has a very comfy couch, and so I would probably fall asleep there. And maybe like and I know she works in a lot of different government type jobs, so I imagine there's like a strong political climate surrounding those jobs. And so I would guess like Sister Jamie maybe lived in more than two places.
All right. Well, Sister Irene, are you ready to reveal which one of those was false?
Yes, is the live in more than two places.
All right.
Hooray!
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Well, I think that was amazing to hear a little bit more fun facts about each of you. And I do want to continue hearing all of your thoughts. But before going further into our topic discussion, let's take a look at some of the comments that's been coming in. So we have Devin Damin, happy viewing, fault to our Assistant District Minister, Brother Chody Sampson. We have Sister Lil Beth, belated happy birthday, Brother Mark Angelo Reyes, May 7 greetings from Corpus Christi. And we have Ronaldo Pedrosa, greetings to everyone watching at home, timely home topic to tune in, and he is tuning in from Sugarland. And we have Mario Oka, good morning here in the Philippines and enjoy watching here on INCRadio Texas. Well, thank you for tuning in. And we have Christine Caritativo. Congratulations to our newly baptized members, Paul. Congratulations indeed. And we have Noel Caritativo. Congratulations to our new brethren who have just got baptized this evening in our district. Welcome to the church. Welcome indeed. And hopefully you're able to also tune in to INCRadio Texas to celebrate this wonderful event. And we also have Gloria Can Le Pen. Happy viewing from the locale of Clark View, Pampanga North. And we also have Sister Liz saying her response to our question of the day is, I think the comfort piece when I hear the word home. So that is what comes to mind when she thinks of home. And we also have Brother Archie Talons answering our question of the night too is, when I hear the word home, I think of family, comfort zone, and love. Those are really nice thoughts as well. And I'd love to hear from our guests here tonight with us. What is the first thing that you think of when you hear the word home? And our listeners and viewers, please do continue to share your thoughts with us. We'd love to hear from you. So, Sister Kat, I'm going to go over to you. What is the first thing that you think of when you hear the word home?
our viewers had the right precise word I was looking for, comfort. Like when you think of home, you think of a place where you feel comfortable, you're with the ones you love, you have like a refuge from all of the hard days work, just a place to relax and to be surrounded by peace and love and your family. So that's what I think of when I think of home, and also home cooking. That's what I think of.
Yes. Home cooking is always nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you, Sister Irene?
When I hear the word home, to me, it's not the physical place. It's the place where you build relationships and memories. It's a place where you can find peace and you can be yourself, surrounded with your loved ones and friends.
Yeah, it's really where you're being connected, essentially. It's not the location, not the bricks and mortars, essentially. Yeah, thank you for sharing. How about you, Sister Jamie? What do you think of when you hear the word home?
Um, I think of home to I like that the sentiment on like relationship, the community that you build, that essentially becomes, home to you. There is that song that says, a house is not a home. So that definitely, I echo that. But for me, I think of it as a refuge. It's my, my happy place, like my peace, my like something that will protect me, from what's out there. And it's something I look forward to, like from a long day at work, kind of like having that, being able to just be zen and like kind of like turn off and relax a little bit. So that's kind of like when I think of home and warmth. And I love that sentiment also, like home cooking. You come home to like, the smells of like good, comfort food. So yes. What about you, Sister Wendy? What do you think of, when you hear the word home?
So, the more funny answer to that is when my Wi-Fi connects automatically. That's when I'm home. Like when my phone switches to Wi-Fi, I know I'm home. But right. And so, but more on the serious side, I agree with what Sister Irene, what you mentioned, Sister Jamie, what Sister Jane said. Um, it is definitely an emotion. It's a connection. It's where I'm connected to with the people around me. And of course, home cooking is definitely one of those on the list, but also it's where I can be myself in. Like, I don't mind singing off key, right? No one's there to judge me, but yeah, so it's definitely a place where I can relax, comfort, and be at peace as well. And I know each of us actually have lived in different places. Like for example, myself, I was originally living in Taiwan, but then moved here for studying, and then eventually moved to Texas or Houston for my job. And I recall Sister Irene, Sister Kat, Sister Jamie, you have all lived in different places. So I'd like to go to Sister Irene first. Is where were you originally from? Where are other places that you have lived in?
Well, I was born and raised in the Philippines, but I also lived in Japan. Um, and I really miss that place. Beautiful place. And of course, here in Texas and different places here in Texas. Yeah, so now we're here in Pflugerville. It is the outskirt from Austin, the north of Austin. And, we love it here, and we've been here for about 30 years.
Wow, that's amazing. And so when you were moving to different places, how did you adjust to the new place? Like, how did you make it your home?
Moving to different places, the adjustment for me is not, I would say, was not that difficult because, I'm a very outgoing person. and approachable. So I've been, friends with, so many people, even neighbors, even, strangers. So adjusting to a place, I think it's more on the culture, in general, and what, the place, I mean, really the population and the people around me. But as far as adjusting to, I would say here in Texas, a very, very friendly state, a diverse state. And yeah, it wasn't even in my jobs, adjusting was not that challenging because I try to observe, and even to me, personally myself, I adjust if I need to adjust, so I can, what they say, you can fit in, I'm flexible. So that's what I do to make it easy for me.
Yeah, no, that is amazing. So like observation, adjustment, keeping that flexibility, and then being willing to stay open-minded and reach out. That is definitely a really great experience share. Thank you so much. And so next, I'd like to go to Sister Kat. I know you've also lived in different places. Where were other places that you've lived in?
Thanks, Sister Wendy. Well, I've lived in when I was born in the Philippines, but we had briefly moved to California, and then I spent the most of my life in Texas. But I wanted to talk about how during my college years, I dreamed of living and working in Hawaii. That was my ultimate goal. And finally, I had that opportunity to move to Hawaii for work. And so because I felt like I vacationed in Hawaii. It felt like home to me. But when I got there and I was living by myself for a couple of years, I did not expect I would be so homesick for my family, like my parents, my brother, my friends. Although I did make some great friendships in Hawaii, I just didn't realize how homesick I would be. And when the opportunity came for me to go back and work in Texas, I didn't realize how much I love coming back home. I lived in San Antonio for most of my life here in San Antonio, Texas. But when I got married and my husband had the opportunity to move to Corpus Christi, suddenly, here I am moving to Corpus Christi. And now this is home for me. At least my parents, my family, my siblings, they're not that far from me, 2 hours drive in San Antonio. But like they say, home is where the heart is. So Corpus Christi is now my home. So I guess wherever you feel the comfort of family and your relationships and your community, I feel like wherever you are feeling that, that is home, or at least for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful phrase that you mentioned, like home is where the heart is. And so I'd love to hear when you first moved to the different places, how did you interact with new people to kind of start building out your community and making it home?
So moving to a new places, like for example, here in Corpus Christi, it was I definitely at first didn't know a whole lot of people, but whenever I would have the opportunity to just meet people at a coffee shop or go to the gym and make friends with some of the other people working out and even get invited to business networking events, suddenly I had the opportunity to uh, be introduced to other groups, other events, other community organizations. And suddenly that became a way for me to expand my friendship. And not only that, it was also an opportunity to share faith as well. But that was one of the routes that I took to feel at home in this community here in a new town.
Thank you. That is definitely amazing, amazing experience share. And I feel like that is applicable no matter where you move. So that's definitely helpful to share. Thank you for that. And I see we have a lot of comments that come in. So let's take a moment to see what is our viewers and listeners saying. So we have Lauren saying the first thing I think of is our family, whether it be by blood or by faith. And she is tuning in from Edinburgh. So thank you. And we have the username Socta Dios. Sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly, but the answer is home is where my family is. home cooking. Home cooking. And my remote control. So that is a very, very nice one. Also tuning in from Edinburgh. And we also have Nellie saying the first thing I think of when I hear the word home is family po, and tuning in from Houston. And also we have Ron saying when I heard the word home, I think of the house of worship because that is the only place in this world where we feel peace. So thank you for sharing that and also tuning in from Edinburgh. And we have Vanessa saying home should be a refuge and a place of comfort. And this is from Corpus Christi. We have Sister Olivia Castillo saying home is where one feels loved, secure, and understood. And we also have Alice saying coming home means good food, right? So I think there's a common theme here. Comfort, home cooking. That's definitely something that I'm seeing. And we also have Roxanne saying home is where you can be yourself without judgments. She's tuning in from Houston. And we also have Brother Jan Michael Diato is hello po, watching from South Anchorage, Alaska. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for always supporting our show. All right. So last question that I do want to just do a quick round without thinking. First thing that you think of is how do you usually create your home away from home? I'll start with Sister Irene.
Home cooking, actually.
All right.
Because I love to cook, and I know that my cooking, because I've tried many places, and I love to invent different recipes, and my family knows that. So I do that, and it's just a place where you cannot. It's a unique place, at home, and everything is there. And you can, like what I said earlier, you can be yourself.
That is very true. Yeah, so thank you all so much. We've heard so much. How do you create home away from home, keeping an open mind? Home cooking is definitely a huge one. So I will definitely take that away as well. Time just flew by so fast with today's discussion. But before we say goodnight for today, we would like to thank our district CFO overseer, Brother Matt Carl Talons, our assistant district minister, Brother Chody Sampson, our district supervising minister, Brother Noel Caritativo, our executive producer, Brother Emmanuel Andea, our station manager, Brother Wally Tarai, our CEBSI CEO, CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Irano B. Manalo, and of course, our special thank you to our executive minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. And so just a quick shout outs and greetings. Any shout outs and greetings, Sister Kat?
I'd like to say greetings to my brethren in the local congregations of Corpus Christi, Texas, and also San Antonio, Texas.
All right, Sister Irene, how about you?
Greetings to all the brethren in the entire district, and especially our local congregation of Killeen and all the district officers in the CFO.
All right. And I'd like to give a quick shout out to the Isla family in the Philippines as well. How about you, Sister Jamie?
I just wanted to shout out to everyone who's tuning in tonight. It's a Friday evening. Thank you so much for spending your Friday evening with us and talking about what home means to you. And it's a great reminder for all of us that home can be many things, and it can mean, not necessarily, to your point, a brick and mortar. So thank you again for tuning in, especially those are outside of the United States. Thank you for staying up or waking up to us this evening.
Yes, thank you indeed. And please do tune in to INCRadio Texas next Friday at 9 p.m. Central Time. And please subscribe to our INCRadio YouTube channel. And our upcoming show is our INCRadio Caribbean. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in tonight.